Good morning, and welcome to the Squeaky Wheel Commentary. Today is road trip day, but please, whatever you do, don't get into your car. I'm Steve Slocum, and welcome to the huge and largely undeveloped Williston Basin, where the original inhabitants call this month the Moon of Flying Rocks. Yes, sir, highway chip seal jobs and rock chips go together like big nails and flat tires. Today's topic is traffic. Where I live in Williston, it's an issue that never was before. I assume it is an issue in every other city in Western North Dakota. One of the reasons for the oppressive, relentless traffic in Williston is its design. If you remember back in 2011, Williston's streets and bypasses were clogged virtually all day long. These roads were, and pretty much still are, designed to handle a semi-truckload of less than 10% of the total traffic load. More than 10%, and the intersections get backlogged, streetlights get ignored, and access to side roads are blocked. That happens when semi-trucks make up over 10% of total traffic. Williston got as high as 42%. Williston, where a green light means go and a red light means go faster.
I got speed. I don't know where I'm going, but I got everything I need. I got a picture trapped inside my head, how I think that it should be.
As little as 4 years ago, which longtime residents of Williston even considered planning their route from anywhere in the city to another? Most do now. Some simply make their plan for a specific time of day to do business or run their errands. It's fairly unreliable, as a long line at any one or more of their stops could throw their timeline right out the window. It's the easiest plan, but it can still be a hit or miss. Others plan routes to minimize left-hand turns. There's a lot more thinking, and usually sooner or later involves an aspirin. Some try to match wits with the noxious patches of road construction scattered here and there and capable of rendering worthless any plan presented. And those of you who are thinking your GPS in-dash navigation will make driving in Williston quick and efficient, well, you must be new to town. I've had the same address for 34 years, and my 2012 car couldn't take me there for all the gas in China. However, in its defense, it does know where China is.
But the man in the suit, he won't let me. I got wheels, and the sound of them rolling always sets me free.
In late August, the North Dakota Highway Patrol took part in a right-of-way saturation operation. This resulted in 47 warnings and 103 citations written to violators. The one-day enforcement effort was done on Wednesday, August 21st in the Williston and Minot areas. Troopers were looking for violations of stop signs, failing to yield, illegal passing, and related violations. The news reports did not say how many troopers were involved, but the results show what many longtime residents already knew, that there are far too many less-than-abiding drivers in the Williston Basin and far too few in authority to re-educate them to follow the rules of the road. One look at the numbers, and it makes one think of what they would have been had every intersection in the Minot and Williston area been observed for the day. Regardless, it is obvious that insufficient traffic control is but another impact from oil and gas development. I'm a little tired. Let's pull over to a highway rest area and take a little break. What? There are no highway rest areas in Western North Dakota? Really? Huh. We'll just pull over then. I'll either be rear-ended or right back. I'm back, and thanks for spending a few more minutes with the Squeak. Our centerpiece music today was Speed by Chris Rea. Every summer, I'm the first mate on a fairly successful walleye fishing boat. My captain and I have driven from Williston to Newtown 4 times this summer, to White Earth 3 times, Whitetail Bay twice, and to Beaver Bay once. On all these drives, we never once saw a North Dakota Highway patrolman, a sheriff's vehicle, or a North Dakota truck regulatory officer. That's over 1,000 miles without a glimpse of any law enforcement vehicle or officer. The road my captain and I drive to the lake is North Dakota 1804. And like many roads in western North Dakota, it got some road construction this year. But like Williams County 9, the eastern part of the Williston truck bypass, the repaving job sure looks good until one looks a little closer. Both roads got a new layer of blacktop, and it sure looks like the roads are now narrower than they were before. The paving companies are putting the new asphalt down on top of the old and quitting the pavement a good foot before the old edge of the pavement by the dirt shoulder. The new pavement also has a steep edge to it as it tapers off to the old pavement and then to the old shoulder. It looks like an accident waiting to happen, for if a driver hooks a wheel of their vehicle or trailer off this edge, I'm guessing it might just suck you right into the ditch. Bottom line, western North Dakota, with the size of the equipment used in these roads, needs wider roads, not cheaper to build narrower ones. So when it comes to traffic in western North Dakota, there's but one conclusion to come to. The roadways were never designed for the kind of traffic placed upon it virtually overnight, and there are simply not enough law enforcement officers in the area. One cannot fault the officers and troopers that are in place because they have to triage their efforts in law enforcement to the avalanche of assaults, robberies, murders that just so happen to show an equally high number of cases. While many may brush off these less-than-law-abiding drivers as being somewhat benign in the entire scope of crime in western North Dakota, the fact of the matter is every one of them running a red light, failing to yield, or passing illegally is putting the rest of us at risk. When the state of North Dakota doesn't provide the funding for an overabundance of law enforcement officers throughout western North Dakota, it is but one more example of how the state of North Dakota has not had the backs of its citizens in the West. Understanding this, when accidents happen in the area, can all of them truly be considered as accidents, or more the cause-effect of insufficient investment and engagement from the state in the safe and responsible development of North Dakota's oil and gas? Finally, consider our elderly who had thought in the pre-boom days that they would maybe one day gracefully surrender their driver's license, now finding themselves swirling about in the Cuisinart of western North Dakota's traffic and wondering if their day will come without grace and injury to others. Hindsight must be our ally if we are ever to truly develop North Dakota's oil and gas safely and responsibly. I'm Steve Slocum and would love to hear from you. Email me at squeakywheelradio@yahoo.com. That's squeakywheelradio@yahoo.com. Until next week, I'll see you later.